What's up, everybody? Josef Newgarden back for blog number 4, Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the 2013 Indy 500 or bust. I'm here, and as you can see, turn 1's down that way. So it's a great little spot to do the blog. I thought you guys can have a nice view while listening to me talk about the day. It's been a beautiful day at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It was definitely very sunny. It was a little bit cold to start, which definitely heated up later in the day. I think we got up to about 63 degrees, which is not too bad. Still a little windy, a little difficult through 1 and 2. That's been the toughest for us. It's been blowing straight across the track still, and it's also been slowing it down a little bit at some times. So it's been changing around, swirling up a bit, and it's made it difficult to figure out exactly what the car's doing still. So you got to deal with the wind, but that's all part of Indianapolis. It's part of the experience, figuring out what you got to do with the car. You got to try and separate the wind and then the changes that you make on the car and what's doing what. For us at Sarah Fisher Hartman Racing, it was another productive day for setup changes. We had to get through another list of things that we got to get off. We got to get off our checklists before anything else happens. It's really important that we get all our items off the list. We got to have a good, solid, consistent car. The big thing around this place is you don't want a car that's inconsistent. When it's doing many things through a corner, it's very, very difficult to have confidence in it when you get up behind other cars. So that's the most important thing for having a good race car, and that's what we've needed this year. Last year we didn't have a great race car. We're trying to make it better this year, and I think we've made big strides already in 3 days. So I'm pretty pleased with the car so far. We got to keep a handle on it though. It can get away from you really quick around this place. So for us, we got through some changes. It was the first time I got to run behind a couple cars. Didn't really get many packs where we were continuously in a pack running for a long time. So that's not happened yet. We got to try and work on that in the next coming days. But I did get a feel of what the car is like behind others, and so far it feels all right. We got to make it a little bit better, but it doesn't feel bad, so it's a good sign that we got the car in a pretty decent spot. I'm a little picky. I want to make it a little bit better. We got to make it as best as possible for the race. It's obviously very important, but you know, one thing is, it is a good-looking race car. I've said this a lot already this month, but Century 21, they've got a nice-looking livery. It's been so nice having them on board. We want to do a great job for them, but they've given us the opportunity to drive a really sexy race car, in my opinion. So I've been liking that a lot. We've gotten some good pictures from people, which is great. So super excited for the whole month of May, just being with them, having them on the program. They are the smartest, boldest, and fastest group. What a great mix for the Indy 500. So it all gels pretty well. I got one thing to talk about, and that is some fan questions. So you heard about the day. I want to answer some questions that were tweeted in online. I love this. If you guys got any questions for my future blogs, please tweet them in to @IMS, and they will get them to me. I will review them, and then I'll try to answer them as best as possible. So the first one is from Ray Runs Free. It's, what's your favorite thing to do after a race? Well, hopefully you win the race, and then you can just celebrate. That sounds like the greatest thing to me. Whenever I've won a race, that's always what you do. You try and celebrate with your crew, enjoy the victory. If it doesn't happen, I'm probably gonna sulk. So what I've normally done is gone home, gotten to bed, and then discommunicated myself from the entire world for probably about 2 days. And then I get over it, and I move on. So it depends on how you do during the race weekend, I would say. The second question is from Wheeler Racing 16, and they ask, how did you get started in racing? I got started in racing when I was 13 years old in go-karts out at Newcastle Motorsports Park, which is just east of Indianapolis. Mark Dismore's facility. He was an IndyCar driver himself, very, very talented. He actually got me up to speed in a kart for the first time. Kind of taught me my first lessons in racing. So he's been a big influence in my career, and that's basically where I started out. Third question is from EWI Wrangler. I guess that's Ewi Wrangler. I apologize if I'm not saying that correctly. And they ask, who's your celebrity crush? My celebrity crush, gosh, I'm probably gonna say Blake Lively. She is a lovely looking woman. She's very beautiful, just so nice. And she seems like she's a lot of fun to hang out with. So Blake Lively, shout out to you. You're probably never gonna see this. I hope you don't, but definitely Blake Lively, I would say, at the moment. The fourth question is from the same person that I got wrong. So just what I said before, I said it wrong probably, but it's from the same person. And they ask, if you were to race Sarah Fisher, who would win? I don't know. What do you think? I hope it would be me. Sarah's pretty stout. She's been strong. she's done really well here around the Speedway as well. She never got the luck, but she was fast around this place. So I don't know. If I wanted to be cheeky about it, I'd probably say me. That's why she hired me, right? Because I'm good. So I would hope I would win, but I bet Sarah could teach me a thing or two around the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The last question is, how important is it for you to get the pole position in order to win the Indy 500? And that's from Anna Salas. At Anna Salas, okay. Getting the pole for the Indy 500, honestly, is not the most important thing. It's a great bragging tool. If you get the pole, you got definite bragging rights. You know, it's a lot of a whole pecking thing between the whole, I think, paddock here. Everyone wants to tout that they got the pole, they had the fastest car, but really it makes no difference in the race, in my opinion. If you watched last year's 2012 Indy 500, you will have seen Dario Franchitti spun out in the pits here. He got spun by another competitor, got sent straight to the back of the field, and then drove his car all the way to the front to win the thing. So if you look at that, qualifying pretty much means nothing. He went all the way to the back and then went straight to the front again, drove through the entire field. If you got a good race car around the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, you don't have to qualify well. You just got to have a good car that can get through traffic, and boom, wherever you start in the grid, you can generally make your way to the front, unless you get caught out by something unlucky. So I would say it's not important, but it is important when you look at the grand scheme of things, because if you start up front, you stay up front, you stay out of all the crap, you stay out of all the junk, that can help you as well. So I'm not going to say it's not important, but it is definitely not the most important thing around the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Getting a great race car and doing well in the race, that's the most important thing. You don't got to qualify on pole, but it is nice to qualify on pole here. You get a lot of perks from that. You get a sweet pace car, so for me, I'd love to get the pole. We're definitely going to try to, but if we don't, the name of the game is winning the race, so that's what we're going to try and do this year at the Indy 500. That's been the blog. That was number 4. We've had a good time so far at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We hope to continue it. If you guys like these, definitely comment. Let us know what you want to see. I answered some questions for you. Hope you like those as well. If you want more answered, if you have any info that you want from me, please tweet it in to @IMS. We'll make sure to get them to me, and we will answer them for you on the next blog. We'll also try and get you some better locations if you want. Tell us what you want to see. We'll make it happen. These guys are very accommodating here at IMS. So let us know. I like making videos. We want to make them pleasing for you guys. Hope you enjoyed. Josef Newgarden again, Sarah Fisher Hartman Racing. We will see you next time. Stay tuned.